Well, hello and welcome, YouTube. Brandon Robinson back here from a long time removed playing Super Mega Baseball with you guys. A lot has changed here now that we're going to Super Mega Baseball 3. Starting from the very beginning, I am recording this all now on my computer. In fact, I can't even see anything that I'm actually capturing besides the game itself, so there might be a lot of screw-ups along the way. I do pre-apologize for that one. Okay, second thing, because last time I played this on my PS4 and it was Super Mega Baseball 2. Second thing is, we are going into a brand new franchise mode. The reason why I'm actually now finally recording is because I haven't had the opportunity to play franchise mode here before for this game, and now we'll finally actually get to do that, because now they are rolling out in an update career stats. And that's what I've been waiting on and looking forward to. And they said if you're within a certain season, they will make that season actually count as far as going toward career stats. So I don't know why I really needed that. I feel like it's just something that I do need. Now, if you are new to the channel, or if you are new to this series for Super Mega Baseball, when I played Super Mega Baseball 2, I did a full season with an old softball team I used to coach called the San Mateo Bearcats. They were a high school, San Mateo High School. So they're a high school varsity team, and I recreated my girls, my players on it, recreated the coaches as relief pitchers. If you want any general bigger introduction on that team, I'm going to provide you the whole playlist and the initial intro for that team in the description section down below. Unfortunately, time is going to be against me when it comes to playing games, recording games, and things like that. And one thing for me playing a season last time with Super Mega Baseball 2 that I was okay with was it was in the beginning of the pandemic, so I wasn't working. I'm a teacher, and we had time off. That's also why I was coaching at the school. It was during the beginning of the pandemic where I wasn't working. I knew it was only going to be one season long, and the editing took a massive toll on me. All the stuff that I was doing, the recording, playing games, and editing. This time, my plan is only really going to... I'm going to try and capture every game, but my plan is not to record myself and provide commentary for every game. I'm probably going to do it once every 5 games. And the way that I'm justifying that thought is getting several games in a season, clearly. I've over-described things in the past, whether it was my team again, and I'll be saying things again. I just don't want to try and repeat things if I've said them before. Or things like coaching strategy and, baseball, softball, rules, things like that. I know people were really interested in hearing that stuff last time out. And if I do every 5 games, there are 4 pitchers in the rotation. So I think if I start with my ace there, then my other 3 can pitch, and then my ace can pitch again, and then I'll go to my number 2 pitcher, recording that game and capturing that and talking about them again and recapping their previous game and stuff like that. So I think that's a decent justification. I don't know if you guys feel the same. By the way, something else that I'm also testing, because I'm now playing this on PC, I'm also playing in 1440p. And I think I've done recordings for this game in 1440p, so if you want to go ahead and check that 1440p 60 frames option, you can go ahead and do that on YouTube. However, I think I was trying to do some test video with myself right here, and it looked a little choppy. I apologize for that. I'm going to test that and see if that actually is the case for this. And if it is, maybe I'll go back down to 1080p. Unless, of course, when I'm on screen, that doesn't really matter as much. What matters is what you see in game, and you probably want the highest fidelity possible. So let me know anything that sounds off. You're probably also hearing some music in the background too. That's another thing that I can't hear one way or the other. I sure hope that the volume levels that you're getting here are okay. This first video is just going to be a brief introduction. I have never touched franchise mode in this game before. I did create a league where now we have all the teams in place with the Bearcats, but that's it. I have not once entered franchise. I'm not sure what to expect, except for career stats, and I'm super excited about that. I'm super mega baseball excited about that. Okay, let's see if this works here. I have some hotkeys for me to go from my camera here into that, and I don't know which, if my left hand's in the corner. Right here is probably where the game is, and then if I do this switch, let's hope that this switched it the right way. I don't know, this will be a test run. We'll see if this does work. Regardless, I'm going to jump into franchise, and let's see what this game is all about. Oh, that was anticlimactic. That didn't actually turn on there. Let's try that again. Where's my controller? Hang on a second. Very anticlimactic. Let's go. Alright, that was not fun. Alright, let me do something really briefly here, guys. Okay, good news is I went back to the webcam portion, and it seems that that is running as was supposed to here. Let's see. Okay, that worked. There. It just did not recognize my controller. Oh, I don't have my controller thing on. Okay, give me a moment here, guys. Actually, you know what? I'm going to pause the video while this is happening. I can't pause the video. What is going on? All right, let's just technical difficulty troubleshoot this thing for a sec. I'll stay on camera while this is happening. By the way, it is Sunday, February 28th, and Major League Baseball spring training is in full swing. I guess no pun intended there, but here there's a game, not right now. There's a game on in the background. I don't know which one, so I like to play something in the background. Sometimes it's just some design stuff, but here, guys, enjoy some baseball as you watch Super Mega Baseball. Okay, let's see. I had my controller thing off, so I'm trying to find out how to turn it on. Apologize for that. I was not actually ready. Yeah, so I haven't done this in a long time, as you can probably... There it goes. Okay, I haven't done this in a long time, as you can probably tell. I'm pretty rusty in this. A couple things before I start that you might want to take note of. If you look down at the bottom here, I'm using a controller, by the way, to play on PC. But I'm trying some ego settings here. If you see any of my old Super Mega Baseball 3 videos, a lot of it was testing out my roster, testing out the ego difficulty settings, and I haven't played this game in a while now. I haven't played this game in a while, so now having 87 might be kind of high. This game is harder than Super Mega Baseball 2 as far as ego settings with such, but 87 offense, or batting, 87 pitching, 99 base running and defense. I was always comfortable with the base running defense stuff in that regard. However, I need to talk about some of the new features in this game when I talk about Game 1. I mean, this game's almost a year old now, so it's not new features for a lot of people, but as far as people who were just watching me in the past, they will certainly be new. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and start a franchise here. So let's see. I'm going to custom because I already have one preset here, and I get to select my Central Coast section that I created here. It'll be the same Central Coast section as before, only I added 2 more teams per division. No, maybe 3 more teams per division. So now instead of 20 teams total, there are 32 teams total. And yeah, let's see what stuff we have going on here. So new franchise. I'm going to be my San Mateo Bearcats. Let's find them. They're a custom team. I'll talk about one other thing I was trying to do. I was trying to find a way to get star points for myself. What's that 900,000? Is that what that says? I know nothing about this stuff, guys, so this will be new. I'm going to go 26 games. I think that's what I did for my last thing because in a general high school season, that's about as many games as you can play. And you know what? I had too many teams in the playoffs for 20 teams because pretty much everyone made the playoffs. We'll go 9 innings. This time I'm going to go 32. There are 8 teams per division, so now 8 playoff teams sounds good. I'm a fan of that. I'm going to go 1 game per playoff thing, though, however. It's just single elimination. I'm going to stick to that as well. That'll looks good. I don't know what this is right here, though. I guess it says what you're capped to. Oh, look at that. We have a different... Uh-oh. We have a different cap than other teams. Can I adjust that? This is new. Okay, well, we'll see. I have $900,000 to spend, and let's hope my whole team is there. All right, here we go. Franchise is a multi-season mode where teams and players change over time. Oh, I'm excited about doing franchise. During each season, you take control of all on-field actions, signing and releasing available players while keeping the team's payroll below the league budget. I don't know if I can keep below a league budget if I have $900,000. Spending your team's player development funds to improve or maintain your players by boosting their skills and traits. Between seasons, some players will retire from the league. Oh, I forgot. While others may resign from their team and enter the pool of available players. In addition, rookie players will enter the league as free agents and await to be signed. It is your job during the offseason to re-sign or replace your outgoing players before starting the next season. Manage your team well, and you may go down in franchise's history. Got it. By the way, I'm using a PlayStation controller, and I don't know what I did to my settings at some point. If you watch some of my older videos, it's fine, but it shows Xbox buttons. I'm fine with the Xbox buttons, I think. There was just one time, though, where the only button on screen was X, and I wasn't aware that I was supposed to be pressing the square instead of X, and I didn't know what was going on. So you see this A, got it, B, more help. A is my X here. A is my X. Okay, so this is all brand new for me, so I got to look at a lot of things here, and then I'm going to actually play a game 1 in a different video for you guys. So the thing I want to mention here, I'll go to my team. Even though I'm not going to talk too much about them right now, let's just look at the whole. Where's the team photo? Great. So here is the team. There are 2 changed players on this, and I'll get into that probably a little more over time. I'll talk about them right now. One change is I have a pitcher here named Sage Hager. Instead of having... Let's see, who did I have last time? Uh-oh. Oh, I had, I can't remember who I replaced. I should reset what I'm saying here. I got to think about who I replaced suddenly. It's suddenly not coming to me. Okay. And the other person was, instead of Coach Bob Doy, I have Coach Mike Gallia. One thing that I remember is when I did create this roster, I had to set ages, and I'm not saying that Bob is old, but I think the top age you could get was below Bob's age, and I think Mike was around. Well, I created this team last year, so everyone's probably a year younger than they really are. I'm really 32 right now, and in this game, I'm 32 here. So, okay, I'm just going to assume everything's the same. So I have Mike at 46. I don't want to put people's ages where they are, but they're about these ages here. Everyone's about these ages. Sage, I believe, is a senior right now. I hope her team gets to play because of COVID. Emily McHugh. I'm sorry. I totally forgot because I was trying to think of my varsity team, and the thing was McHugh wasn't actually on the varsity team. She was potentially ever going to be a call-up, but the point was she was a pitcher, but on JV. I wanted to get a pitcher where after I left San Mateo and Alyssa came and took over as coach, Sage was her number one, and Sage is a number one. She's got an A+ rating here. She's number one pitcher, and we can look at all this stuff. So the thing that I want to mention here was, oh my gosh, look at these salaries. Okay, so I don't know how that 900,000 is going to come into play, guys. I hope that doesn't end up being an issue this entire time. If there was a way I was supposed to be able to edit that, I hope I can, because Taylor herself is $16.1 million. And I assume people's salaries are just based on their attributes and such, but I wonder if performance has to do with it as well. So my goal was going to be, and we're going to see what's going to happen here, because I have no idea. My goal was to be able to re-sign any of my players as often as I was able to. So they could, great news if they can stay in the league, but my goal was to keep them as long as I possibly could. Now, it doesn't show here that I can tell how many years they're with me, unless they're just with me until they decide to not be with me. So I'm not sure. This is all brand new to me, guys. All brand new to me. So anyway, my goal is to keep these players as long as possible, but here's the thing. I don't know if I can afford anybody. I only have a $900,000 budget. No, I'm not sure. Maybe, you know what? Maybe that's money left over. That could be money left over. That could be stuff that I need to do. Anyway, team stats. Oh, I don't know. No team stats yet, but guess what? Pretty soon career stats are going to come in an update. And as long as I don't start the next season after this, before career stats come in, which I plan on not doing it, even if I have to go on a hiatus, then there's that. So I can't wait to have career stats for these girls here. They're going to play for a long time. They're all very young. They're all 18 to 22 right here. I'm going to retire soon. Tony's going to retire soon. Mike's going to retire soon. Alyssa is probably not going to... Well, I'm a little older than Alyssa, but Alyssa should still play for a little while. I hope that Mike can stay around in the league. If not, I'll try and do something. And something else that I'm going to do, guys, if I can't keep my players, when I do drafts or sign other people, I'm going to try and not sign existing Super Mega Baseball players. I'll try and only go through the draft for people who are fictional. And what I'll do is I'll edit names and appearances and such so that they are... Well, maybe not appearances, but I'll edit names... I'll make sure I stay all female outside of the coaching staff of myself, Mike, and Tony. I'll make sure to keep all of that, and any female pitchers, hopefully it can change into a submarine pitching thing. So if you guys don't know, this is basically a softball team. I probably already mentioned that, but if you guys are unaware, this is basically a softball team. So I want to keep my team a softball team in that sense, and learn new players as they go. It's like incoming freshmen. I don't know if I can edit their ages, and obviously no one can be under 18 in this game, but kind of like incoming freshmen like that. And that's kind of the goal of this thing here. All right, so just the basic thing here. I'm not going to get too deep into the names here, but here are some players for my team. Taylor Doy, Kendall Richards, Paige Stoveland, Raisa Magro, Monet Scheller, Morella Osuna. I thought it was Shella Morella. Monet Scheller, Morella Osuna, Julia Osuna, Sophia Jarro, Jada Walker, Paige Otis, Callista Fong, Gabby Morgan, Dulce Contreras, Sage Hager, Kylie Gallia, Jody Lewis, Izzy Borges, Brandon Robinson, who's myself, Tony Alexander, Mike Gallia, and Alyssa Jepson, all four coaches who are the relief pitchers. I just had something in my head I wanted to say. Now I don't know what it was that I wanted to say. Oh, now I do remember. When I created this league, I set our league as the DH league and the other league as the non-DH league. I'll let you know, I'm a personal fan of non-DH as a National League person. But as far as getting players some playing time and some pitchers who basically never hit, Sage, I don't know if Sage ever really did hit for Alyssa at all. And I made her attributes as such, her hitting attributes. Just, I don't know how she hits. I made no assumptions, and I just said, hey, if she never actually did hit her, let's assume she's just not a good hitter. That's not one way or the other. Let's just assume she's not. I didn't ever really hit Jody much either. She got some plate appearances. Kylie, few and far between. Izzy, I tried to make sure to hit probably mostly number 3 anytime. And what I also did with Izzy was I made her a starting pitcher / reliever. She's going to only start, but if she's only a starting pitcher, then her hitting attributes go down. So I do want to make sure that she has pinch hit opportunities. I think she can only pinch hit for pitchers, though. So the thing is, even though we're a DH team, if we play in the non-DH league, then I can get the non-DHs in. So I guess every so often they have to hit. But I think during game, I can forego my DH in favor of dropping down to 9 if I ever wanted the pitchers to hit. So that'll happen. I changed a lot of other attributes with my team. I want to make sure to lower some of the other, like myself as a hitter and Mike and Tony Steph as hitters, and just say, you know, our goal isn't for us to pinch hit for ourselves. Even though, listen, we'll be okay hitters for what we need to do for who we were and who we are. I mean, look, I'm a speed 77. I consider myself, if you empirically timed me, I was one of the fastest guys when I was in high school. I don't know how I am now. I'm still pretty fast. But anyway, consider me a 7'7" versus Izzy. I can beat Izzy in a race. Are you kidding? Actually, I don't know how she is now. But anyway, so I lowered some of our stuff there. One of the cool things about Super Mega Baseball 3 are the traits. And I didn't always try to necessarily do traits that were necessarily exactly the player. You know what I mean? But I did try and differentiate them enough so that they weren't exactly like somebody else. So I try to make our team kind of unique in that way as far as things go. And I think things are working out pretty well. One thing I want to figure out also is, like for Monet, for example, power versus lefties. When I play exhibition games, I can't tell who I'm going to face next as a pitcher. So we'll see if during franchise I can not only tell who I'm going to face, but whether they're a righty or lefty. So that's one of the things I kind of want to know beforehand, to know whether I'm batting her, say, 4th or 5th. Okay, so there is the team. There are the cards. Lineup's going to change almost every single day here. No stats yet. I have the team kind of set for visuals. You'll guys notice I'll do uniform changes pretty much every single game. I mean, they'll rotate back to some old ones, but I'll rotate to different tops and bottoms that we had, or things that we could use. We could make up and mock up. And there is the team. So let's see what other things I'll navigate through before I start game 1 in a new video. Congratulations, you've been chosen to manage Bearcats in the franchise. Yay! Player development. All right, let's see what this is all about. Okay, the player development screen presents your team's player development opportunities, PDOs, that are currently available for purchase. Oh, so that's not necessarily even budget. Maybe it is. I don't know if it's part of it. Each PDO affects exactly one player and affects one or more skills and or traits as shown. Different player / effects combinations appear throughout your franchise season. Keep an eye on your news for new PDOs. These are one of the things where I really love them being in game. They kind of stress me out as far as being able to maintain them. And because I want to probably tool with this a little on my own and not waste, storage memory recording a video, looking at it for the first time, I might tool with this on my own off camera at some point. Because we haven't had to play the game yet, I probably won't do any PDO stuff yet, but I'll keep reading on. PDOs are purchased using player development funds. Once purchased, so that's, are those the same thing? I don't know. Okay, once purchased, their effects are immediately applied to the player. PDOs for star players tend to be more expensive than PDOs for weaker players. Okay, I like this. All PDOs have a minimum lifetime in games as indicated when they first appear. So after the minimum lifetime, PDO will expire after your next game, according to the odds report on the PDO. So do they not permanently develop the player? It's something that I wonder if it's temporary, where you can develop them to be strong for 3 games and then it goes away. These odds increase after each game until the PDO expires. Once expired, the PDO is replaced with a new PDO for a different player. Okay, got it, I guess. Expiry odds 3% after next game. The workout smorgasbord. I'm gonna have to look at this stuff for sure a lot later, but I'll just say got it and see what we're looking at here. Okay, I'll just keep what's in here right now. Today's Tony Alexander umpire incentive, Jody Lewis umpire incentive. So these are very, very interesting here. Expiry odds 0% for 2. Okay, I don't know what any of this means. I'm probably going to look up YouTube videos on this stuff as well. So what does this have to do with... What does this have to do with... Okay, not enough funds. Okay, so I have 900... Oh, I have $0 player development funds. This must have to do with player salary still, but this might be remaining funds, not necessarily my whole team budget. I sure hope that's what that means. Everyone's surprised, unfortunately, so we're surprisingly high. Okay, so I don't know what any of this means yet. I'm going to go ahead and leave it as is. One thing I think for sure is I probably want to pitch. I don't know what any of this means. I'm going to leave it. I'm going to leave this for later, guys. I'll leave it for later. Okay, sign and release. Let's see what this all has to do with. The sign and release screen allows you to swap out players for your team for free agents. All sign and release transactions are 1-for-1. For every player you sign, you must release one player from your team. In addition, you may only sign a position player when releasing a position player, and you may only sign a pitcher when releasing a pitcher. Free agents you sign immediately join your team for their current asking salary, while released players immediately become free agents. So you don't even get to choose to kind of keep them before they leave. Transactions are only allowed if your team's payroll remains under the league budget. If a free agent's asking salary is too high, you may have to release a more expensive player or wait for the free agent's asking salary to drop. Okay, so it changes over time. All right. So the surplus. Okay, awesome. So my budget is not $900,000. That is the surplus. Very good to know. So my surplus is $900,000. This must be the free agent pool. I love that they still have really crazy names regardless. In the free agent pool here. They are sorted by rating right there. My players are here. Where is my budget? That's what I want to know. I guess I could add everything up, but I want to know my budget. I know I have a surplus. I still want to know my budget. So, come on, guys. Whatever. Okay, I'm not going to look at these guys, obviously. Look at that. $25 million player. $25 million player. I guess pitchers must not be rated as high. Look at this. I don't see a single pitcher. Well, this might be position players only here. Are there any pitchers here? Nope. All position players there. Oh, pitchers. Here we go. Okay, so I wonder why Sage, maybe because she's just a rookie or whatever, but some pitch, this A- pitcher versus Sage, who was a $15 million pitcher, is an A+. So I don't know what it has to do with, oh, this person's also a lefty. I don't know. So cool things to look at for sure. I want my players to stay with me as long as possible. I want them to stay with me until they retire, or I want to be able to re-sign them as often as I possibly can. Now, I'm also interested to see how their asking price changes time to time. This seems real. I'm getting goosebumps thinking about franchise now. I'm really excited about this, guys. I'm really excited. Okay, let's see economy and summary. All right, this is where I get to figure out my budget. All right, all players on your team have a salary. Salaries are listed on the roster team. Yeah, roster tab. At the start of franchise, a budget is set that acts as the salary cap for the league. All teams' payrolls must remain at or below the budget at all times. The budget is fixed. Okay, maybe it's per team. The budget is fixed. Okay, any surplus is converted into player development funds. Oh. How do they convert it? I'm confused because the surplus is different from the development funds I see here. Okay. Spent developing your players. Player development funds, PDFs, I guess, are received after each regular season game and spread out equally over the course of the season. Okay, so you divide it by 26 or something like that? If I have 26 games, maybe that's what it is. It is your job to manage your budget as you see fit. Do best to balance between spending on payroll versus generating. And I wonder if any of these things are automatic as well, because I can see myself going from one game to the other without even thinking about the fact I got to change it. Okay, I have a budget of $151 million. My team just goes under budget, apparently. I don't know how that worked, but apparently it's $1 million under budget. Less than $1 million under budget. I have 34,000 player development funds per game. So with the higher budget, I guess I get less player development funds. Okay, but I want to keep my team as long as I possibly can. And the summary. Nothing yet. This is current season number 1. I'm loving it, guys. I'm super excited. I'm going to get a game 1 out of the way here. So, okay, that's enough I can see from the screen here, guys. This is Brandon Robinson. Thank you for watching this very first quick intro for something it wasn't really describing my team. Once again, if you want to see more about my team, or if you want to hear more about my team, you're gonna have to watch some of my games, I guess, if you'd like to. But if you want to see more on my team, I actually just want to save. I don't want to repeat a bunch of things, but there are some things, like I'll put a link to what I did for Super Mega Baseball 2. And within there, you'll even hear some house rules that I provided for myself, and I can't remember if I know all of them anymore. I haven't played this game in quite a while. But guys, that'll do it for this current video. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you for Game 1. Take care.